Wow, what a difference a rainstorm makes, right? We had this all beat down when we were doing the hay last week, this road. And, you know, we've had a lot of rain. We've had a lot of rain. I'm gonna have to come back and do some road maintenance. That will be another video. So the reason I'm going up now is I've been sitting behind the computer now for, oh my God, 3 or 4 hours editing a 572 build video where basically I just swapped out a set of cases, but there's a lot of nuances in putting together 572, and I can only handle myself for so long. I get into the editor and my God, it just hour after hour I just can't listen to it anymore, so I needed a break. I've got probably 2 hours of work putting together that 572, but by the time I finish editing and posting that video, which might end up being 2, to where I feel like I cover some of the little nuances, I'm not going to do it all in one video. It just take too long. So I'm thinking of breaking it up into a couple of videos, maybe 3. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll have 8 hours of editing into that thing. So I don't do those so much anymore. It just takes too much time. I don't have it. And the whole YouTube thing is pretty much a gift to my friends and my kids and stuff like that. Always has been. It's not been about the money. But I have a farm to run. I have a camp to maintain, and all the equipment and stuff like that. Plus I want to have some fun with my own saws. So when things are in line with me having fun, the videos happen. This video, what I'm going to do is go back to that set of logs I had. We're very quickly running out of those logs, and just run a couple of saws. That's what it's about. So here are the cast of characters, and 3 of them are familiar if you've watched the series. Reason I leave them in there is because it's sort of a continuation, and I suspect you'll listen to them and watch them, and you'll have a sense of what they're going to do before you even watch it happen on the screen, right? And that's the 565 bone stock, 575 essentially stock with a no base gasket build, and the Hilltop Saw Shop slightly modified 572. Now, the purpose of this video is to compare that saw with about 300 hours on the top end with my modifications that you can do with very simple tools. Pop-up piston, some very minor changes to the transfer ports, the muffler mod, to a stock that actually has less hours on the top end, but both those saws have relatively fresh bottom ends. This one has a very fresh one. I just put it in. So that's going to answer a question. You know, you do something like this, you do this build, can you quantify it versus a stocker? I think this will help answer the question, but not completely answer the question, because things like the bucking spikes and other configurations will play. And the other question is, will a 575 run with a stock 572? Those are the 2 questions I think we can answer with this, using the same bar and chain, of course, like we did before. And I guess we'll see. I got a complaint that I was too far away, so I'll respond. And let's just go to town. Let the saws do the talking versus me. I think another thing you're going to see is I keep talking about power band and power delivery and how that relates to operating a saw. Well, since I'm only doing a couple of cuts with each saw, probably only 1 cut per saw, if I can adapt to the saw rapidly, it gets a better cut, right? If it takes me a while to figure it out, it doesn't work quite as well. I have a hunch that my old 572 HTSS will be the easiest one to adapt to, and my 575, 565 will be right behind it. We'll see on a stock 572 how that works. And then we're going to move to that log, because I want to show you what somebody thought was a perfectly good bar and chain sharpening and condition, that they were out making money with it. and I suspect might have had part of the impact on the life of that saw. Look at those things, they're like turtles on a log. I'm going to start out with this one right here. And yet again, it's exactly as it was in the last video. I have not touched that chain, I have not touched the saw. So we'll have to get it fired up. That'll all be part of it. And I'm going to put the camera where the focus is on the log, not me and the saw. It's a hot day. Let me see if it restarts. Should. Yeah, see, that's a good running saw. But also, you'll probably see I didn't have any trouble adapting to that saw, but I'm also pretty used to it. Okay, now Hilltop Saw Shop junk pile build. Of course, we got to get it started first, right? Same bar and chain. That was another pretty easy saw to adapt to, and I love the throttle response on this darn thing. So camera off, get the other 572. This is a stock 572 with a new set of cases. So I mean, it should be broken. I'm not 100% sure that it's got a good tune on it just yet. I don't think I have enough time. I might go over here and do a field tune first and then come back over so you hear it revving in the background. That's what that is. All right, now the 575. And that's about the last cut we're going to be able to make on that big piece of wood. But it should be enough for a video, right? Now I could probably have done a little faster than that on all the saws, but I had to feel it out for the first few inches of each cut, and some of the saws were easier for me to do that than others. This actually is a really easy saw to figure out, this one right here. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the 572 with the bar and chain that it came with and the sprocket that it came with.